say the sins of the father will be passed on. I'ma spend every dollar till the cash gone. Hope they remember my name once I pass on. I'ma leave you some jewels you can latch on.
Now, a very good question for me to you is, who at some point is or was your role model or mentor to help you get through a lot of what you went through? Because I'll give you another little bit of backstory. Okay. I come from a single parent household, you feel me? I went to college, got myself a little championship ring. I felt like I was doing good, but again, I felt like my purpose called for more and I didn't have that. You know what I'm saying? So how did you navigate, or who was that person for you to help you keep going?
When it comes to inspiration, I grew up with my father, right? Mm-hmm. And me and my father didn't have the best relationship. We had a very rocky relationship. It was a point in time in my life where I held a lot of grudge and anger towards my father, you dig?
Right.
And I used that anger to be successful. I knew that I had to be successful. There wasn't no options for me.
Plan A.
You know, coming from the Bahamas and moving to New York City and trying to figure it out. My father kicked me out the house and I had to figure it out. You dig? It wasn't no, I couldn't fall back on nothing. So I had to be successful, and I used that anger to push me forward. So I say that to say this: when it comes to the inspiration, when I was coming up, it wasn't nobody to look at for inspiration, to be honest with you.
Right.
What inspired me in my neighborhood was the drug dealers, because, you know, they was getting money. Yeah. And I was looking at that because I wanted some money, because I felt like if I have money, I'll be able to, you know, get all the things I wanted.
Right.
But it wasn't a lot of inspiration. So, you know, I had to figure it out, trial and error.
Yeah.
As I got older, I found inspiration through my father. That's the crazy part about it.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I found inspiration through him, because I noticed that through it all, he was a hard worker. He kept the lights on. Even though, you know, we went through all the ups and downs,
right,
we never went hungry. The bills was always paid on time. We never went homeless. He did his job. You know what I mean? He dealing with the pressures of his life too as well.
Yeah.
Me being a kid, I don't understand that at the time, not understanding that he's a young adult as well, having kids and trying to figure it out.
Amen.
And when you a kid, you can't think that far. You know what I mean? As I got older, I realized he was dealing with the pressures of life as well, and all the adversities he was going through. So he didn't know how to deal with me being a single father, raising multiple kids. So I looked at him as inspiration when I got older, because he was hard working. Through it all, he was a hard worker. And through ambition, he made his dreams come true. You know what I mean? He's retired, he's chill, he's relaxed. So I use some of his principles, just being hardworking,
right,
using your ambition to go forward no matter what. So I always give him props for that. And I came with wisdom, and I came with time. You know, a lot of kids out there are angry at their parents. A lot of kids are angry at their family members because they're young. They don't understand.
Right.
When you get older, all this shit gonna make sense.
You're gonna start thanking them back to back, like, thank you for being hard on me.
Yeah. They're hard on you for a reason.
Amen.
Because you're gonna go through the fire.
Yeah.
And they want to make sure, hey, listen, man,
I can't walk through that.
Yeah.
I'm preparing you.
Yeah, I'm preparing you to go through the fire, because you're gonna go through it. You keep on lying, you're getting in trouble, you're out there stealing,
getting bad grades.
You're getting bad grades.
Man.
Yeah, I'm whooping your ass for a reason. Yeah, I don't want them streets to whoop your ass, because them streets is going to whoop your ass.
They're going to make you pay for it, too. And it's funny that you said, I can kind of get a gauge of how you grew up. I mean, for the same thing, similar to me, like, the role model was primarily negativity, but extracting the lesson behind that of the positive aspects.
Right.
Like, looking at it from a different lens. And I think something that has not only helped me, but I feel like listening to you count your blessings back to back, following your heart, is changing your approach.
Right.
For me, because I feel like I had the right hustle, and I feel like a lot of young people have the right hustle. They're just in the wrong focus or in the wrong field of what they're trying to go through. So
direction.
Absolutely.
They're lacking direction.
A lot of young men are lacking direction.
Yeah, that's a fact.
So do you think that's because of their lack of understanding through emotionality, not being able to navigate the way that they feel?
Can I tell you a secret?
Talk to me.
I'm going to tell you a secret. This is going to go over a lot of people's heads.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is called Dropping Jewels, right?
Right.
Dropping jewels. I'm gonna drop a jewel on you. Yeah, I'm gonna drop a jewel on you. No decision is a wrong decision. No decision is a bad decision.
Okay.
Because every decision you make is going to take you to the place you need to be. You are right where you need to be right now in your life. Because it's going to help you to focus on what you truly want. Any adversity you go through, any decision you make and you feel like it's a bad decision or a wrong decision or you made a mistake, that's just to give you contrast for you to focus on what you really want. You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
So no decision is a bad decision. It's just there to give you contrast for you to understand, instead of going right, go left. Now you can focus on what you really want. So that breakup you went through with your girl, so that job you lost, you lost out on that job, that interview didn't go right, you came 5 minutes late, it all happened for a reason. You moved out of state because you thought you was going to be better in Miami. You moved out to LA thinking it was going to be better. You was going to be a star. You was going to get a Hollywood Walk of Fame. Somebody's going to discover you and give you a, you know what I mean, a role in a movie. And that didn't work out. And you thinking that was a bad decision. No, that's just to make you sit down and really think about what you truly want. It's going to give you contrast. It's going to let you understand that, hey, this is what I really, really, really want. It's just leading you to your purpose. It's leading you to your higher self. You're elevating. You're developing. You're going through the process, and the process is called daily life. You dig? We all going through a process called daily life.
Don't compare your life to somebody else's life. I hear that too.
And listen, that was the jewel for this episode. It was a lot of jewels, but that was the jewel for this episode. This is my dreams. Don't compete with my dreams. Be on my team.